Hello everyone, welcome back again in my channel. So today we know the classification of educational research. About the method, we know the classifications. So let's start. So today's topic is classification of classification of educational research by its method. So previous class we know that the educational research about the purpose or objectives. So now we know the classifications or the types of educational research about this method. So let's about the method, the educational research also classified three types. Also classified three types. Number one is qualitative research. Number two, quantitative research. And last we know the mixed research. So mixed research. So about the types, the research is classified by three types. About the method, the research also three types. Number one is qualitative research, quantitative research, and the mixed method. So this is the qualitative. Qualitative, it means the quality. It means quality. So a researcher, when conduct a research by his any topic, then he must be decided his research method must be qualitative or quantitative or mixed. So if he choose the qualitative research, so what to do by him? So suppose I choose a research problem which is based on the qualitative perspective or qualitative research. So suppose I want to research a topic, his name area is to know the educational implications of Rabindranath Tagore of the Gitanjali novel. So the researcher must be know about the Rabindranath Tagore Gitanjali's novel, and then he find out the what is the implications of educational implications on that novel, and after that he must be know about the literature review on particular problem, and as well as he must be select some objectives on that problem and making questionnaire, and then he going to be analysis or then conclusion. So in this process, qualitative research has some process. Number one, the researcher must researcher must know the problem. Okay, then he create introduction on the particular problem. Then he must create some objectives. After that, he create questionnaire. Then collection data or collected data. Then analyze those, and lastly is conclusion. So in this here, when a researcher collects the data from the society, as well as he collects some data from the books or any kinds of novel or any kinds of journal, any kinds of literature review. So this is the qualitative research process. So then what is the quantitative research process? So quantitative research process are, so number 2 is quantitative research. Quantitative means there are some numbers. Also included here. So the researchers must be research on that particular problem. He must be collect data from the society or from the environment. So on the particular problem, he must be go to the field and collect some data about this problem, about his problem, and arrange them, and after that he hypothesize them, and at last he making conclusions. So this is some steps. So suppose you are a researcher and you want to select some area, and you select some problem. That is, what is your problem? Suppose you want to be a research on to measure the attitude of school going children. Suppose this is your problem. Okay, you want to measure the attitude of the school going children. This is your problem, and this attitude you want to be measure the attitude. Okay, that times your research going to the quantitative way. So in this area, you at first collect some data, collect data. You must be collect some hypothesis. Okay, so collect some data, collect hypothesis, and after that analyze them or those hypotheses, and lastly your conclusion or result. So this is the structure of quantitative research. So we can identify that this what is the qualitative research and what is the quantitative research. So we know that the qualitative research must be some quality or some quality basis criteria is also be included here, and there is the no data function works here. So some you go into the any kinds of field, and after that you collect some data from the book, from the journal, from etc., and you arrange them and analyze by yourself and by the Otherwise, the quantitative research, you want to be research in a particular field, and you at first you choose the field of your research, and then you collect some data on that particular topic and making hypothesis them, and on create objective. There must be a objectives, and based on the objectives, it is so much important here, na? It is so much based on the objectives you create hypothesis. Based on the objectives, and you create some hypothesis. But in this here qualitative section, you select objectives and you must make questionnaire. So in this here you collect data and make the objectives, and lastly you make the hypothesis. But in qualitative section you make the objectives, and after that you make the questionnaire. So in this here the quantitative data or quantitative research, when you collect the data, when you create the objectives, and based on the objective you must be create your hypothesis, and hypothesis is valid or invalid, you must be checked by the collection data and by the table value. So this is the qualitative and quantitative research. So lastly we know about the mixed research. Now what is the mixed research? Lastly we know about the mixed research. In this here, when a research scholar or researcher want to be research those particular way, like qualitative and quantitative, both research both research types also included in his research, that times he must be use this mixed method research or mixed research. So this is the combine, or this is the collaborations of qualitative and quantitative research. So today we know about the classifications of educational research, about his method. So in this here we know about the three types or three classification based on method. So number one is the qualitative, quantitative and mixed method. So today I am quit this session here. Next day I will come with a new topic. So bye, take care.